Hey folks, it's Nick Granville. So welcome to Guitar Daily. This is my daily thing I do on YouTube. If you like what you're hearing and what I'm doing, then please subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like button, and ultimately if you like this stuff, share it with other guitar players and musicians alike that you think might get benefit from it. So I had a question about doing some reharmonization, so I thought I'd tackle that today. So what is a reharmonization? Well, it's taking a same melody of a song and essentially putting a new set of chord changes underneath it. So I thought today what I'd take is the classic tune Blue Bossa, which you heard me playing a little solo over there at the beginning there. Every jazz musician in the world knows this song, hopefully. I would expect so. It's like one of those beginner songs that people do. Because the question was, can I show how to reharmonization, can I show how to reharm a basic tune, like I think you use Jingle Bells or something like that as an example. So I thought this is like the jazz equivalent of Jingle Bells, if you will. So how do we reharmonize it? So first thing I'd say, if the first chord is C minor, right? If we think about the chords that are relative to that, it would be E flat major, because E flat major is essentially the same thing with a different root note, right? You can see E major. You can see E flat major and C minor 7 are essentially the same thing. The other one that falls under that category is G minor, okay? But we won't go there just for now. So let's just take our C minor chord, the first two bars, let's make it E flat. You can make it major, major 9, whichever, it's E flat, right? Right? And then the next chord is F minor, so let's do the same thing, relative major. So F minor, A flat major, they're the same thing, right? Because there's those three chords. F minor, A flat and C. Let's go with A flat. Next chord, D minor 7 flat 5. Well, that makes sense to move up to its. Next one, let's go F minor. And then of course we need to get back to E flat, so we're going to put a linking 5 chord and E flat. Now instead of the chords we had before, which were just that much of the tune, let's do the same thing but the relative majors. Oops. Now this is the very basics. I'll play them both against the melody so you can hear. Now the important thing is always with reharmonizations is they don't clash with the melody, so I've been very careful about that. Regular chords. Right, so that's like the regular chords. Now I'll play the reharmonized version. So you can hear there, that's a very simple kind of approach, but it really works, right? And then the next section goes 2, 5, 1 and D flat major. So instead of that, well, let's go B flat minor. And I know I'm going to go to D flat, so its relative minor would be F sharp minor as one of the three I can use, right? Without really affecting it too much. I mean, you can hear those are essentially like the same thing. And I think a logical step here, I could go, instead of the A flat, I could go C of some sort. And to me, it makes sense to make that a sharp 5 to get us there. Now we have to be careful, we can't go F minor 9 here, because the melody is, right? we would clash with it. So it really has to be F minor 7. So right, that's what the melody should be. So the bridge would be, or even better yet, stay away from that note. And then of course we'd go 2/5 back. So now to go 3 bars of F minor is kind of uninteresting, so I would actually put in a B flat 7 chord there. I'd go, and then it goes back, right? I'll show you what all of that sounds like against the chords. I'll play the original chord progression and then I'll play the reharmonized. Okay, and now the reharmonized. So you can see that I've taken something which was in a minor key and essentially put it in a major key. Now we can reharmonize those however we want. Instead of having just one chord, we could actually put in a bunch of chords too. Instead of this, it could also be, the other chord I mentioned was G minor, right? Right, as all being the same. Or even A. I find A flat major really useful on minor chords, right? But C minor, right? So it could be that as our first chord, right? But then that we'd have to change all the sequence after that. Maybe it could be. Right, there's that possibility. It's also the possibility we've got 2 bars of E flat. So maybe it could be that we're going to use the second bar be G minor, but we go. Show you what that sounds like. Right, so you see that works. Lots of possibilities, right? Now that's just the most basic of reharmonizations. You could get as complex with this as you like. The things I would say if you're interested in this kind of stuff, reharmonizing tunes, is take a simple tune and try and see how far you can push it, right? And think these are the chords that work directly with it, right? So that was E flat major, C minor, G minor as all being essentially the same flavor, but it doesn't have to be the same flavor, right? You could also go 2-5-1 into the E flat in the first bar, all kinds of things like that. And then of course any kind of substitutions that you can imagine from the 2-5-1. But as I mentioned, it always has to be, the thing you have to consider is the melody, that you don't clash with it, right? Anyway, I hope this has been useful. I quite like reharmonizing tunes. I think it's kind of a fun little thing to do. I do this when I solo as well. Like sometimes I think of a reharmonization and I'll play it, which actually works really well. You know, when the band's playing C minor, you play E flat major. I've talked about that kind of stuff before. So anyway, if you found this useful, please subscribe. As I mentioned, my name is Nick Granville. I'm a guitar player from Wellington, New Zealand, and I do daily videos on YouTube. I know. I'm a session musician, that's what I do. I'm an Ibanez artist. I play Ibanez guitars and Fractal products. I have a Fractal FM9 and an FM3, which I'm going to do some stuff about soon. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.